Hi, today I am looking at relationships and expectations, and I find this not so easy to find a way in. And we all have our expectations when we step into a relationship. That is what we have built up through our lives within ideas or beliefs or desires that we want to fulfill ourselves within a relationship. Well, there are many things that we can have expectations from within a relationship and within life as a whole, actually. Even many things that we are not really aware of within ourselves, that only play out in the moment. So first of all, it is not something that we now must going to blame ourselves for, but more, if we have expectations, it's more to be willing to look at it. What do we expect from another, and also how do I or how do we react when another expects something from me? That I also find a very challenging point, because when something is expected from me, what I perceive that it is expected, it can also be that it's not really expected, but I see that it is expected, is that I then tend to go into a resistance. So maybe I do want to step in or say yes to what is actually expected, but because it's already expected, I get stuck and I cannot say yes anymore. But I also then am afraid to say no, because I do not want to create a conflict. So I'm quite stuck in that moment. And then what I have seen within myself is that I tend to do what is expected, but in a strange way. And my starting point of this, within this, is fear. So then what I bring forward is the resonance of fear, and fear is actually a judgment. So I bring forward a judgment within a resonance that mostly is only picked up by the other, and then I do create a conflict that I actually fear. So I'm looking now, what is then the solution in this? For myself, when I do fear to say no, for example, when I feel like something is expected, or when I perceive that something is expected from me, is to not follow the energy of this fear within myself. And that is a challenge in itself already. I have noticed that when I do follow the fear, that I fool myself, and then the whole situation goes spiraling out into a conflict that is not so easy to ground anymore. Of course, it is an ideal situation when both or everyone who is involved is willing to look at oneself. So to really look into ourselves, what is the expectation that I bring forward in my question, and how do I react actually when I perceive that there is an expectation from me. But then again, it can feel like an expectation when I, for example, state, okay, you have to look in your expectations, then I actually do not give a freedom anymore for another to look at that. So then it becomes quite stuck. in a situation with expectations both ways, because actually then I expect that another is going to look into their expectations. The starting point of that is actually also fear. It is also what is best for all in the end. Like, if we both look at in our expectations and take responsibility for it, it is what is best for all. But if I bring it forward that another have to do this, and I expect actually that another have to do this, and I bring this forward within a fear within myself, a fear of conflict, for example, a fear of saying no when another is not looking in these expectations, then again it is bringing forward an outcome that resonate fear and judgment, and it's still not bringing forward a solution. So yeah, the only thing that I then can do for myself in this is to first stop my fear, and then maybe I can also give an answer, no matter if there's an expectation or not, but then I can give an answer because I have given myself the freedom to, no matter how another asks me a question, to say yes or no, to step in or not step in. And then I do not expect this freedom from another actually, but I give myself this freedom. And yes, this is what I want to bring myself into. And then the situation again can be brought towards an outcome that is best for all or both that are involved. And then another has also the freedom to, when and as ready, go look for self into the question and if there's an expectation in it or not. Okay, I will walk forward with this, and I leave it to here for now. Thank you for watching and listening.